Why should I go off to Israel? I've got Jesus here every day. And he comes to me privately every day. I'm with him all the time. I don't have to go where he was, because I am where he is. And pretty soon, you are going to have Jesus that way too. You know, in the Bible, Jesus says that he is the living bread that comes down from heaven. Imagine that. Jesus said that. I didn't say that. Jesus said it in the Bible. I didn't think that up. Jesus said it in the Bible. He is the living bread that comes down from heaven. And he promised, are you ready for this? He promised that whoever eats this bread will live forever. Will live forever. So if we are able to have Jesus in Holy Communion, we have a chance for heaven. We have heaven. We have forever. Isn't that amazing? Jesus promises it. And if Jesus said it, who's going to doubt it? If Jesus said it, it must be true. And so in a little while, you're going to have that miracle where Jesus will come to us. Now, miracles are hard to understand. We don't know how they happen. Science can't explain a miracle. Sometimes we can't even see a miracle. But the miracle is that Jesus is going to come to us in Holy Communion and be with us, to build us up, to strengthen us, to protect us, to guide us. And you're going to have that privilege today for the first time. You know, one time, I had a Protestant minister come here, and he didn't like our church very much. I don't understand what his problem was, but he didn't like the church very much. And he said, if I believe what you just said about Jesus, I couldn't walk into your church. Because if Jesus is here, I would have to crawl on my face and bow before him right down on the ground. Because that would be Jesus, and I couldn't stand in front of Jesus. And I thought for a minute, and I said, you poor man, don't you understand that even though this is Jesus, all-powerful God, there's one thing you're forgetting. Do you know what it is that he forgot? Think for a minute. God has power, but he has what? He has love. He has love. And his love is so great that he wouldn't want us to crawl on our hands and knees before him. Someone who loves you doesn't make you do things like that, right? He wouldn't make us crawl, because that would mean that we were slaves. And what does Jesus say? We're his brothers and sisters. We're his precious children. And so he doesn't make us crawl, because he loves us. And so we come to our church, and we know that Jesus is here who loves us. So, think about that. Today, Jesus is coming to you. This great miracle is just for you today. And I just want to say something to your moms and dads and your uncles and your grandpas and grandmas and your aunts and all of your friends who are here today, okay? These children are your special care. God has given them to you. You have a responsibility. So do I. We have a responsibility for these children. The responsibility is this. We are to care for them in every way possible. We are to protect them and lead them. Right? First thing, protect them from the world. Not only from physical and mental harm, but from spiritual harm. Prepare them for the future, not only through their schooling and their careers and marriage or what have you, but for eternity. Where will they be in 10 years? That's something that you have to worry about. Where will they be in 20 years? You might have to worry about that too. Where will they be in 20,000 years? You have to worry about that too. So do I. We are responsible for their eternity. By our example, by the things we say and do, we are responsible for them. And that's a great responsibility. Eternity. Prepare them for eternity. By your example, by the things you say and do, help them. If we do not practice our faith, if we are not loving and forgiving, if we do not come to Mass regularly, what can we expect from these children? We will be leading them down the path of destruction. Please, be there for your children. Let me give you another little bit of advice. I'm in an advice-giving mood today. I'm an old man. I can do that. You know, you've got to be patient with old people. Be patient with me. Those of you who are parents, be parents. Not friends, parents. Parents lead. Friends walk by the side. Parents lead. You understand that? Lead your children. Learn to say yes when yes is required, but learn to say no when no is required. Be strong. Be firm. And love your children. Yeah. Who do I think I am telling you stuff like this? I'm your father. I'm your pastor. And I want the best for your children. So please keep that in mind. Your first responsibility, you're bringing them to Jesus. Make sure they stay with you. God bless you. I'm going to keep these children in my prayers. You keep them in your prayers too. In the name of the Father, and of the Son,